Then we look at quality. Now, did you know McDonald's is ranked as one of the top quality companies in the world? Did you know that? Who can make a hamburger better than McDonald's? Just quick check. Note to self. Anyone without their hand up, don't go over dinner, okay? What were they talking about? They're not talking about the hamburger then, are they? Consistency. In fact, they're talking about process, because there's 3 P's I want you to write down. First one is process. See, McDonald's is ranked as one of the top quality companies because it has a consistent, repeatable process that allows them to produce the same quality outcome independent of where they are in the world. And they're very good at it because they are able to bring in very unskilled labour or people that have never had a job before and effectively have them working within a couple of days. So that's process. In fact, all the ISO standards, the quality system, they're actually talking about process because a lot of the quality management books are actually writing around how to get that process in place. But the hamburger, that actually is referred to as product quality. That's the output, just like the product deliverables. Remember them? So they call it product quality is the second P, which is effectively the stuff that you're creating, the outputs, those deliverables. And when we're talking about deliverables, we're talking about, did they come up to specification? Were they fit for purpose? All those things. Did you give me what I wanted as a project sponsor? And the third aspect, the third P, really comes from the example of if you look of going to the last quality restaurant you went to, and you walked out and said, geez, this restaurant was high quality, what were some of the things you would have been referring to? Service. Is that how fast it was or how friendly it was, or both? Yes, could have been both and friendly. What else? Excellent. Was it cleanliness? Did it have the health ticks on it, etc.? Good. What other things would you have noticed? The setup of it. Awesome. The setup, how close the chairs were, the ambience of the room, the level of the music, all those things. Good. Excellent. So when we say quality of food, what are we actually talking about? Is that how it looks, how it tastes? Anyone ex-defence here? Because I tell you what, once you're in the defence department, you learn to eat absolutely anything. In fact, to this day, I still don't know half the things I ate in the defence department. And you realise you get to a point you have to eat. So they do all these mental games on you for survival training. I won't go into them because I'll put you off lunch. But some of the stuff they do is purely to train you that in times of need, you're going to have to eat anything. So you imagine some of the stuff that they were preparing for you. And they'll prepare it in front of you just to really get you psychologically thinking about it. So when you look at that, we expect to actually go in and actually look it to be like what we thought we had ordered, to be the right size. Have you noticed the smaller it is, the higher the price? What's that about? So when you look at it, of all those examples, there was actually 3 Ps. There was the process, there was the product, which was the food, and the first one you came up with, which was the people. See, the people aspect of quality is, do they have the right licenses, permits, accreditation? Are they professional? Have they got the right attitude? Because have you noticed whoever stands up with your company's name behind them can actually have an impact on all your clients or potential clients. Professionalism is a big thing, isn't it? Because they can make or break your business's reputation fairly easy, can't they? Based on who they are and how they act. So the quality of the 3 Ps, in addition to that, in project management, we have something called a quality management plan. In fact, we have documents that often finish in the word plan. We'll have a quality management plan, a risk management plan, a communications plan, a procurement plan, HR plan, etc., etc. How many plans are there in project management? Have a guess what I want to hear. 1. And we call that the project management plan. But these other ones are like appendixes behind it. So the budget would be one of those. The work breakdown structure is one of those. They're called subsidiary plans. So just so you're aware. Project management plan only has 1, but it has all these subsidiary plans that give us more detail around risks, etc., costs. Now, in the quality management plan, it mentions 3 things. So this is what I want you to write down, 3 things for quality management. It talks about any task where it is a test, audit, or inspection. Test, audit, or inspection. Now, the test, audit, and inspection effectively will show up here on task. Can anyone see anything that's a test, audit, or inspection here? Review. Excellent. That is a quality task. Now, once I've got them, what's in the quality management plan, because in the work breakdown structure it tells us when we're doing them. In the quality management plan, it tells us what's the criteria and how we're doing it. So it might say that this is how we're going to test it. So it might have a whole test plan. Does that make sense? So that's the quality management plan. So any test, audit, and inspection. And the last thing I want to just introduce you to is what the hell is the difference between an audit and an inspection? And before you answer, let me just let you know, it can be the same process, can be the same documents you're even writing out. Does anyone know the fundamental difference between what's an audit and an inspection? Awesome, spot on. An audit is done independent. If you go in a big organisation, they have an internal audit section. It means they're the department that comes in and checks your department. So if you're doing it inside your project team, we call it an inspection. If it's someone outside your project team coming in, we call it an audit. Well done. Okay, so that's quality management.